morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself when you listen to this video. I took a challenge from a friend of mine, and he told me, he said, I bet you can just pull topics out of the sky. I want to see what happens when you just click the record button and just start talking. Wherever you find yourself mentally, take it from there. Okay, I'm going to do just that. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, it's raining outside really heavy. I had some things to do outside, but I'm not angry that it's raining because now I can go to plan B and stay inside. See, life is never really the way you always plan it out. You have a destination, but sometimes there's a roadblock and you have to take a detour. That's happened to me many a time. You know, have you ever gone to a friend's house or some place or establishment that you've never gone to before? And say, for example, it says, get off at exit 12. And exit 12 is blocked because there's an accident right on the ramp on exit 12. So you can't get off on exit 12. You're going to have to take the next exit. And now some people are thrown off. But we have a little thing now where we have our GPS in our phone. We can get to where we go anyway. But what happened before then? We had to improvise and figure out how to get to where we were going to get off on exit 12. Now that we have to get off at exit 13. And that's how life is. That's how life is. It really goes the way you plan it. So you have to have a three-dimensional, or really an overall 365-degree drone outlook, meaning from above, so you can still get to your goals. You can still reach that destination. It may help you to get there quicker. It may help you to get there in a little longer time than you thought. So this is how I flow in my days now. Because I tell you, living in America for so many years, it taught me a lot, but it showed me things that I did not ever want to deal with in my life at a certain point. You know, and not all of us have that luxury. And when I say luxury, it doesn't mean it's all about money, but I was able to pull myself away from the illusion of America that keeps you in that one place running after that goal that might be an illusion, because a lot of the things we run after don't come from our own mind. I said many years ago that by the time I'm 60, I don't want to be living in America, and I don't want to be on a job working for that next raise, working for that next promotion, working for that new status that's always dangling in your face because of money. Money's not always going to bring that to you. Money's important, but it's not that important, okay? So I find myself in West Africa, in Ghana, up in the mountains, in the eastern region. And I got rid of so much of those things that were hanging over my head, where if you stay 2 more years, you can get this. If you stay it's never going to end. That's where my head is at right now. I'm so glad I got out of that rat race. Which you can still come to another place in the world and find yourself in that same mentality, because the mentality is so embedded in you. So years before I left, I had to shake this thing called the American dream. And the only thing that I realized that the American dream is to leave America. That's the American dream, to get out of the trap, because that's what it is. Now, many people have set up their good lives there. Many people are doing well, but that tension, that thing over your shoulder, that thing dangling in front of your face, to me, I don't want to reach no more. We all have the right to say, I don't want to play the game anymore. And people who are playing the game, those who are not getting anywhere, those who are not attaining that illusion that is so strong in front of their face, they have a right to do that too. So I'm not here to tell anybody to leave America. That's my thing. Some people don't want to leave. You can stay. But for me, I had to leave. You know why? I have a father, and I say in the present tense as though he is still alive. He transitioned on to the next level, but his energy is still with me and still connected to me. So I say I have a father who worked all his life. He's a hardworking man. And he got sick and he's gone. He passed away at 74. I see my mother work hard all her life, and she had to deal with a lot of things emotionally, you know, and pretty much if you know my story, you know what that's all about. And she passed away at 64. I'm like, wait a second. This is what America does to you? You make your own decisions, and some people make bad decisions and they have to deal with it. But when you work hard and you follow the rules, and you realize following the rules and being a good person and working hard is not good enough, then you're not going to reach that destination. So instead of me trying to reach that destination where exit 12 was blocked and I got to take exit 13, I might as well just stay on the highway and just keep on going. I got to find the inner peace within myself, and to get away, actually, not running from certain people, but certain mentalities that are contained in people that have access into your life. I got to get away from that. You're not holding me down. Stay there with your own mental funk. The rules of the government, the rules of society, all the while you're looking over your shoulder because you don't know when that stray bullet is coming, right? You don't know when that person's coming to rob you when you get from the ATM. It's just always something over your head. Can I get a good night's sleep? Can I get a little bit of time of relaxation? Because even in your sleep, you find yourself in America calculating your bills. You're on the phone scrolling endlessly, trying to escape what you think or you tell yourself is a normal life, but it's not normal. This is why so many people are on social media so many hours out of the day, because there's no joy in their life. How many people are on TikTok 2 hours a day, Facebook 2 hours a day, YouTube, just all day long, instead of going after their own reality? I'm on social media a lot because I create videos, but there's going to come a time where I'm going to wake up one morning and I'm going to say, I'm not doing this anymore. And see, many people didn't understand, even when I was a teenager and I went into my early 20s. I was 22 years old, or about to turn 22 years old. And I went into this open division bodybuilding contest, and I've been competing for like the prior 6 years. And then one day it hit me when I looked at some of the people that were doing this into their 40s and 50s. I'm saying competitively, all to get a plastic trophy. I'm like, you're spending all of this money, you're doing all of this training, you're missing out on all of this life to sit here for a little acknowledgement, a pat on the head, and maybe a magazine interview or an article, and that's it. What are you getting? Plus, not me, I never did it, but putting all these dangerous drugs in your body. I know a lot of people who are not here. I said, nah. I said, this is a sick sport. The way it is, it's good for you when you do it healthy and everything, but I had a competitive mentality. So I was around a lot of people who did some sick things. And I said to myself, after this one, that's it. And I told a lot of my friends, after this competition, I'm not going to be competing anymore. They said, okay, well, just rest up and train. I said, no, I'm not even going to train anymore, because I was so deeply in it that any proximity to training at that point in my life would have sucked me right back in, because I love bodybuilding, but I couldn't do it then. And sometimes I say as a regret that I should have continued for myself, and I still think that, and leave the competition alone. But don't get into anything that is so toxic on the rest of your life that it cuts off the rest of your life. So many people are living in their heads and they're not really living life. And that scares me. So for me to be up here in the mountains, and it's raining right now, and I can go out on the balcony and get a little rain to hit me, or look out over the mountains to the beauty of the mountains, but to slow down. You have an iPhone in your hand and you can't wait to get the next iPhone. You might have the newest Droid phone, and all you can think about is getting a new Droid phone. You have a perfectly good relationship. They may have a couple of little dings and dents in it, but you're scrolling and looking at all the beautiful women that, oh, if I could only have her. When does it end? It never ends until you end it. It never ends until you create your own affirmations. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. Get off of social media and stop letting people influence you to live a life that's not meant for you and a life that you don't really want. And what I mean by that is that it's not going to bring you fulfillment. I don't go to the restaurant and order what somebody else next to me is ordering unless that happens to be my favorite food. But I'm not going to follow anybody. I might try a little piece off your plate if you give it to me, and it might become my favorite food. But I got to do what I got to do for me, what makes me feel joy. And I can't believe the amount of people who think I'm going to follow like the Pied Piper. I'm going to run behind people because I'm going to get this and I'm going to go get it. I don't want it. I don't even like money. I need money as long as I'm in the system, but I'm trying to live in a way where I don't need money. I'm trying to lower my overhead so low that there's no requirement of money for me to be in this world. Now, if you want to be in the system, that's a whole different thing. But it's hard for some people because they're hooked. Because most people I see are hooked on something. Something. If it ain't food or sex or trying to validate themselves to people who don't even give a damn about them. How am I going to try to prove that I got more than you or I'm better than you or I'm living a better life than you and you don't even give a damn about me? And if you did, I'm still not going to try to prove anything to you. So there. My thing, this world pulls you apart from attaining inner peace. We come into this world as a clean slate. Yeah, we may have had, and we can get deep on that. We say life is a cycle, the cycle of life. And you hear the grandmothers before. Yeah, you see that little child over there? That child done been here already. That child been here before. But we're basically, born with a clean slate. And everything around us growing up imprints us. Everything around us growing up affects us and affects our thinking, and we grab onto it. If we were raised in a Christian household, is it a surprise that you call yourself a Christian when you're a little kid? If you were raised in a Buddhist household, is it any surprise that you call yourself a Buddhist? So you start to call yourself things and act out things that are very small compared to your unlimited life force early on in life. How dare you? But you didn't know. And then later on, you try to be a Muslim, and then you try to be a Christian, and you try to be an atheist, and you spend all this time in your life trying to fit into a box that's too small for you. Why not deal with the spirituality from within? How do you feel? What do you see in your spirit? What are you observing in the world? Don't let the world's templates, limited templates, be placed over your mind so all you can see is what that template will allow. This is me here. I didn't know I'm going to talk about this. Like I said, this was a challenge to see what comes out of my head. So I said, let me just do a rapid fire rant. Many of us are chasing something that doesn't exist. Or it does exist, but you're looking outward. Many of us can't even sit down still by ourselves and have our own thoughts. Many of us have to get on social media to jumpstart our thoughts, to be somebody else. Well, let's see who I'm going to be today. Let me see whose talking points I'm going to echo today. Because I lost my sense of self, chasing everything else, looking outside in the world to satisfy me, when me is enough. I love LanceScurv. Yeah, I'm not a narcissist. I'm not self-centered. I'm very giving with my time, and I love a good conversation and different mindsets, different perspectives that I may not even comprehend or believe in at that particular point, but I love the stimulation. I'm not closed off in my own world, stuck in my living room or my bedroom all day long, scrolling and sending out links all day long for what? And this whole thing called social media influencer. People call me that. I've written it down because that's the category. That's the one category that many people want to place me in. Okay, you can see me as that. But I don't really see me as that. I'm just that other guy who is what you would call very opinionated. And I have my views that are strong. I'm not ashamed to speak about it. I'm not afraid to think about it because I know me best. There's nobody on the planet like me, just like there's nobody on the planet like you. So if there's nobody on the planet like you, why are you wasting your time trying to be somebody else? Because they get likes and clicks. And so if they get likes and clicks, if I change myself and I can be like them. I never change myself on social media. The only thing that you see different as far as change is me evolving into an ascended version of myself. But me looking at somebody else and like taking a racer, you know, you peeking and you're cheating on the test when you look at the smart guy sitting next to you and he checked off letter A and you put D and you say to yourself, well, he's so smart, he's probably right, it's letter A. So you turn around and you cross off what you have and put letter A. And he might be an idiot in that particular area of expertise and got it wrong, and you follow behind him. How many people follow behind people not realizing the people you follow behind are flawed too? They just hide their flaws better, right? They're appealing to you because of what you don't have on the inside. But why don't you work on the things that you have on the inside that you may be appealing to someone else, not for validation, but to help somebody out? See, everybody can affect someone on social media, right? We all have a different voice. I am not going to try to get, how many people are in the world right now? Not 7, 8, 9 billion? I don't know. It's going up so fast. But I'm not going to try to rule all of those people. It would be a sick world if they all followed me. I want my tribe. And that's the best thing that YouTube did for me when they acted as though, you know, they hijacked my channel. And then later on said I did some community violation, right? And that's a lie. That was the excuse to get me. So now it's a much smaller bit of people on this particular channel, but it's better because it's more organic. You know, it's more organic. And that's what I like. I want to keep it. I'm not going to say I'm going to keep it small. You do want to grow, but you want it effective. How effective is your life? See, do you want to be that Walmart or do you want to be that specialty grocery store? Right? Well, why am I saying that? In the big cities, okay, maybe you're not in the big city, but in the bigger cities, you have Walmarts, you have Targets, but then you may have, say, for example, a grocery store that deals with, let's say, Ghanaian food or Ghanaian products. And the Ghanaian population in that city may not be really huge, but damn near every Ghanaian is going to come to that shop because they can find something that they want from their home country there. You cater to a specialized group. That's even better, right? Why would you want to open up, say, for example, a whole hospital, right? You might not have the money to do so, but why not specialize in what you specialize in? Well, I'm a heart doctor. I'm a foot doctor. I'm a doctor who deals with, you know, lung situations. Well, people who want that specialized treatment will deal with you. So the same thing with me being LanceScurv. Full name, government name, LanceScurvin. But I said LanceScurv. Has a nice ring to it. So I'm not worried about what somebody else is doing in their specialty or if they do a generalized thing. And that's what we need to stop doing. Stop worrying about it. Be uniquely you. Because I remember back in the 70s, yeah, and I'm going to say it that way, that when you went to a party, you know, you're a teenager, you went to the party, you didn't want to see somebody with the same outfit that you have on. You wanted to be unique. You want to cut your hair unique. You want the style that you dress to be unique. You had some followers, but now these days, the minute something is so-called trending, many of us run behind it and follow it and want to be like it. Do you remember when Nicki Minaj, the rapper, first came out and she had that funny voice she was using and she was talking and she was saying some slick stuff? Well, I used to drive the bus back then in Orlando, Florida. All of these young girls in their normal conversation, normal conversation in life. Bus driver, can you tell me how can I get so? I'm like, wait a second. Last week she wasn't talking this way. Why is she talking this way now? And their little barely legal breasts pushed up like Nicki Minaj, and all this colorful clothing and stuff. And I said, man. And social media was big back then, still not as big as it is now. Not that, you know, it's mind control, but they were sure controlling the minds of the youth and many other people too. And that's what it's all about. You're opening up your mind to be mind controlled so bad. You think you're absorbing entertainment or information No, you're opening up your mind to be influenced on the deepest level, to the point where some people cannot deal with this without their crack pipe called the phone. But it's because of social media. You love a phone. Are you on the phone talking to people all day? Why is it that when you go to work or you leave the house and you leave your phone, I gotta get my phone. And you turn to a U-turn. Look, there was a guy who worked at the bus company that I did, right? And he was downtown, right? Downtown where they have the lounge, the computer room, the bathrooms for the drivers and, you know, the public, the general public, the passengers, they have their own. Well, if you have a run and you had 20 minutes to kill, you can go on the computer, you can go in there and talk a little bit. You know, you have your phone, you go into the fridge, the food that you put there, you go out and take a few bites, whatever. This joker, a bus driver, he was driving the same route as me, and he left downtown on time. He was ahead of me, maybe like 2 buses ahead of me. But I saw him coming back faster than what he should have been coming. You know, I say, wait a second. This guy left out a while back. What is he doing coming back? I know he didn't go the whole route and turn around and come back. So later on, I heard that the next day or two, I heard he got fired. And he got fired because he left downtown and left his phone in the driver's lounge. And he drove all the way out to about Kirkman Road. Many of you are not going to know where that is, on the 21 route. I'll just throw it out there. And he realized he did not have his phone. This joker kicked off all the passengers and lied to them and said that he was told to come back. Did a U-turn in the middle of Kirkman Road and drove all the way down back to downtown to go into the driver's lounge because he forgot his phone. Isn't that crazy? Did he have something on his phone that he didn't want anybody to see? Well, I mean, he was openly, I'm not calling his name, but he was openly a switch hitter, acted masculine, but he lost his job because he had to have that phone in his hand. That's the ultimate in craziness. And that had to be about 13 years ago, maybe 12, 13 years ago. You see how that thing could be? Can you really not deal with a phone all day? Now, business, yes, transferring funds to your bank account, paying bills, okay, your loved ones, special needs family, but you're not talking all day. Maybe if it's your day off, but normally you're not talking all day. It's that social media crack pipe and the social media crack that's inside that crack pipe that you can't stay away from. And I've been practicing, and I'm not addicted. I'm in control from the very beginning. I was around doing my thing before Facebook, before YouTube, before Instagram, before TikTok. So I know when to get off and to get away from it. You know, it's like a guy who, say for example, he's a bouncer in a strip club, right? He sees this every night. The guys who come there for the first time or start to get addicted, they're throwing their money. I'm trying to get money. I work the door. I do security. When it's time to go, I go. I'm not mad at what I see. As a male, the female form is a beautiful thing. I hate to see them exploit themselves, but I have control. I'm there for a reason. And that's how I look at social media. I'm in control and I have a reason. And I'm still looking to minimize and become more effective in what I put out, meaning that I want to put out the same amount of content, but I want to minimize the life force it takes from me. Because one day I'm going to make my last post like many people do. I remember a couple days ago, I was on Facebook, which I'm very seldom on all of these different platforms. So when you send me messages and forward things to me, I'm not always checking Instagram. I'm not always checking Facebook. I'm not always checking TikTok. Email me, or I'll more so get it if you leave a comment on YouTube, but you can more so text me or email me, and you see the information in the description area below. But all of this stuff being thrown at me, oh no, I'd be here all day. Doing what? I have a life to live. I have things aside from this to do. Even to just lay down and take a nap or just go on the balcony and enjoy the rain coming down. Too much information. I'm doing this, that's why the camera's off. I'm doing this show naked. I'm gonna go through most of my day in the house butt ass naked with just my Crocs on. I wanna be free of clothes. I wanna be Adam, like Adam and Eve, so to say, right? It's mental health. And tomorrow, I'm gonna do some things out. And later on, the rain's slowing down already, I'm gonna take a nice long walk. And guess what? My cell phone will be left at home. I want to think my thoughts. I want to vibrate with nature. I want to look at the sun when it comes out again, because it's going to come out. There are a lot of storms that just pop up out of nowhere and they fly by real quick. And so I'm going to see the sun come out another 10 minutes. But I want to vibrate with life truly, because so many of us we're not even in the time that we're in. We're not in the present. We're not living our lives in the present. We're scrolling through YouTube. Oh, I miss my days in high school. Oh, I miss that old girlfriend. And you're missing the present. You are dead. Your mind is elsewhere. You're like a vegetable. Your bodily functions are happening, and you are alive, but you are not living. I'm living. I don't want to be around somebody who's just barely alive. The only time I'll do that is if a mishap happens and you're barely alive in the hospital, and I have to understand that, and I'll come visit you. Even if you can't respond back, I'll talk to you, because I know you're alive. But when you're alive and have a chance and good health to be living, and you don't do that, I can't get down with you. I don't want to hear your broken record stories over and over and over and over, and you're stuck. So you're the kind of person that likes to get stuck in the mud when the rain came down and it's muddy and your tires can't move the car. Is that what you like? That's what you're doing. And that's the best way to kill your energy, is to be around people like that. And they will aggressively shoot you down with all these links and try to force a conversation about 1982 and 1978. Listen, I love 78, 79, 81, 82, 80. All those different years hold a different memory for me. But I'm not going to stay there. This is 2025, and this is why I always keep my energy up, because I'm living in the moment. And so many people are not. And they're hypnotized, and their life, as far as living is concerned, is over. It's not happening no more. And the reason being is because they're stuck. And you can go back and play the old songs, and that reminds me of this person. Or you can go back to places where you used to go or used to hang out, because they have the old films and old videos and stuff. Fine, that's nice to see. Now, if somebody personal that I know personally has something wants to send me, fine. But don't send me, don't link dump me and hit me with an avalanche or all of this stuff, and I'm supposed to like give up living and just sit here and I miss it too. So I'm just saying to the Creator that this day that you gave me as a blessing is no good, because I'm not living in it. You gave this to me to live in, and I'm going to sit here and turn my back on the Creator. There may be something great that He has for me to do, or something great He has for me, and my head is stuck in the cell phone so much that I can't see the blessing, and it passes me by. Then I have no choice after a while. You're giving up your present time, and I have nothing else but the past. No, I'm looking forward to the future. Right now is the future that many of you hope for. So if you're living in the past, what future do you hope for? You're not going to have anything. Sitting on a log and let's all agree to be old, and let's all agree to say how the past. Get out of here. Leave me alone with that. Miss me with that BS, as they say. So if I can't generate, if I can't move forward, I'm going to rest myself, and I'm going to rest myself with no guilt. You see, sometimes when people see that you're idling, doesn't mean you're being lazy. No, you have to rest. You have to rest your mind, body, and soul. There are many people who get upset with that. Oh, you're getting too much rest. You need to, and they want to bring their problems over to you. They want to dump. I get people who email me. Oh, I can't take it no more. My life is this. What am I going to do, Lance? I don't know. What do you want to do? What's inside of you? What dreams do you have? What aspirations? You may not know right away, but after X amount of decades living in this world, you better know. I mean, if you go into the restaurant and just sit down, how is a waitress going to know what it is that you want? You're just looking at them. What do you want to do a Vulcan mind meld or something like that? They're not going to know. You have to claim life. I know what I want. I know what I want to go for. And even still, it's the journey. It's the process. If I don't get it, I strive for it. You're not going to get every single thing that you want out of this life. Sometimes you don't even get everything that you need, right? So settle down, deal with yourself first. We give ourselves away to so many different people just to get validated. I got to be at peace with myself. I got to set my own standards, and you should do the same thing too. Just think about how much of your energy is wasted every single day dealing with folks who take a little piece or a little chunk of it away for their own purposes, even if it's just to see you get upset. They want to get into your life and see you push your buttons and see that you can get upset over their foolishness. They feel good on that because they took you off course. Because one of the most intimidating things is a man or a woman who is totally focused, working on their craft and what it is that they have to do and making gains with it, because it shows other people up and they don't like that. So when it's time for you to rest, which is part of the process, and you're earning your keep, getting to where you have to go to make yourself fulfilled, they still want to come now and drain you down. Think of yourself as a battery, because you are. You are unlimited energy, but within your physical body, you only have much energy to give for that day, right? So if you wake up in the morning time, let's just say you're at 100%, and I've said this before, 100%, and by the time you come back home, say you're 93, say you're 87%, hell, even if you're 63%, but recharge yourself when you get back home. Don't allow people to keep taking. You're at 63% and you coming home, now you get a phone call. Oh, I feel depressed. My girlfriend left me 45 years ago. Well, I guess that's something you're going to have to work on, buddy. You know what I mean? Or let them talk and you're thinking about what you have to do. They will take you from 63%, now you find yourself at 13. All because of homework with themselves they did not want to do. We are energy. Do not give your energy away to a foolish cause of somebody who doesn't want to spend theirs wisely. They wasted all their energy. They are empty. Their battery is empty, and they're coming over to you to take your energy. No, you can't get it. You won't feel one iota of it. And there are people who are very upset with me because they had planned on draining the energy of me and Mrs. Scurv. And they realized they're not getting it. They gambled. They just knew they were going to put themselves in position to be their backup plan. No. You should have stayed where you were. No, it's not going to happen. Yet, at the same time, if you're in need righteously and you're about growing and you're about getting better, I have no problem by helping you, motivating you, and giving you some of my energy. That's right. So don't think of me as some cruel person or selfish person, because I'm not. But one thing I won't do like I used to do is just give myself away to everybody. And they just coming for the free lunch. Oh, Lance giving away all his energy. He gonna stay up all night talking to me, and he gonna get up and do shows, and we're gonna keep him on there. And after he does an 8-hour show, we're gonna call him. You going live again? Shoot, never that. I'm enjoying myself now. Wow, I'm happy. I'm happy. And after this, I'm gonna click this button. I'm gonna work on this thing. And right now it happens to be 2:28 in the afternoon when I'm recording this. And guess what? I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna sleep for 2 hours. That's what I'm gonna do. So I hope, my dear friend, you're happy with my freestyle rant. There was no direction in this. It's just stuff off the top of my head. And that's what it is. And those who heard it, don't think I'm crazy, but I just wanted to do this to prove a point that I can talk. If you put the microphone in my face out of a dead sleep, I can talk about something, especially if you give me a topic. So I want you all to give me a topic that you want me to talk about, something specific, and we're going to roll. And we'll come back later on. But I just had to do this really quick one so that we can see how it comes out and what the responses are. But I'm never at a loss for words. Trust and believe. My brain has so much stuff going on in it creatively. Plus, I keep my energy. I'm home right now. I've been up for been up since 6 o'clock, and my battery probably is at 98% because I spent that 2%. It wasn't wasted. That's what you need to do. And we're going to talk more about this anyway. Thanks for coming through. LanceScurv out. On to the next one. Peace.